Hi, everybody. Hello, RJ. Good to see you today, RJ.
Good to be here.
I'm glad you're here. We missed you. And LBT, good to see you too, LBT.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm good.
Good. Are you back at Northern this semester?
No, I'm still online at North Toronto.
That's what I meant. I didn't mean
Oh,
North.
yeah.
I didn't mean North. Northern is where I go to work out at the athletic field.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me, right?
Yeah. I was there this morning. It's amazing.
Nice.
Are you going to be back in North Toronto next year?
Well, so basically the reason why I also haven't been here is because the last 3 weeks, we actually moved back to Arizona.
Oh, you're back in
So-
Arizona right now.
Yes, and I think that it might be permanent. So I think I'm going to
Okay.
school here next year.
Oh, okay. Got it. How do you
Yeah,
like it
there's-
down there?
Pardon me?
You like it down there?
Yeah, it's super nice down here, and there's some really nice people that I've met.
Oh,
So,
very nice. Good
yeah.
for you. That's
Thank
that's
you.
that's great. That's awesome. Wonderful. Okay, so let's see who else is here. Hi, Natalia. ¿Cómo está?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Oh my God! Look at all those beautiful plants that you have there. That's
I have my
beautiful.
little fishies here.
Is that a fishbowl?
Yeah, it's a little fish bowl, but they're like an entire like sustainable environment in there now.
Wow! And there are fish in there. I can see fish in there.
Yeah, there's like 3 little guppies there.
Oh, very nice. That's good. Oh gosh. Gosh, I'm gonna miss you guys. I will miss our Thursday afternoons. So I am very glad that I am with you today. All right, so we got a full class today and we got a lot to do. So let us, I am just going to, there we go. I'm gonna take attendance. God, who do we have? We got Kaylin. Kaylin, I sent you, did you get my email with the link to the program coordinator at Seneca?
I haven't checked my email today. But I'll
Okay,
check it
so I
after. Thank you.
finally heard back from the program coordinator of the fitness and health promotion program at Seneca. And so he said, if you want to learn more information about the program, just give him a contact, just send him an email. And so I sent you his email address.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. I'm sorry it took so long. I had tried to get him all semester. All right.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to get it to you this last week. I'm happy for that. All right, I think we have a full house today, which is fantastic, which makes me very happy. Makes me a very happy professor. Give me a sec, guys. I just need to do this really quickly. I know it's time consuming and it's a pain in the butt. I know, but I don't want to miss anybody. So there's no report back to your school saying, why isn't Haley going to class today? When she was there all the time. That wouldn't be right. All right, Zach is here. And Yuwon is here. Gosh, I should just say that everybody's here today. And Kim and Harsh. And RJ and Mahima. Hi, Mahima. How are you? Hi, Nicole. How are you? And do we have Aiden down here? We certainly do. And we have Zach down here too. And we have Keanu. Oh, I almost had Keanu down twice. I got Amanda and Cornisha. Hi, Cornisha. And hi. And Darwin the Explorer. And Kate. And Sukena. And let me just see if I'm missing anybody. Alana, I missed Alana. How could I miss Alana? Hi, Alana. Do I have Olamide? No, now I do. Olamide. And okay, and I'm just letting Dana in, and I'm letting Fiona in. Fiona and Dana. Welcome. All right, let me just, oh, we got so many comments. I just want to go through the comments in the chat. Hi, Fiona. We got from Olamide. Hi, Olamide. Thank you. And Darwin, thank you for your greeting. And same from you, Mahima. Thank you. Of course, from Juliana. Do I have Juliana down here? Ah, I do have Juliana down here. That's good. And who else? Yes, guys. Yes, I'm going to make that announcement. You can hand in your assignments for tonight. I'll make an announcement that hi, Ilana and Kim and Angeli, Yiwun, Mahima. So nice to see all the nice greetings from everybody. That's great. Okay, I'm going to go through the
Sorry.
attendance real quick.
Did you mark me absent or present?
Oh, Celine, how can I mark? Well, Celine, remember, I think you forgot. Remember, you're on the 3-year program. So
yes.
remember, you're on the 3-year program. So I just assume you're going to be here for the next 3 years. That's why I didn't mention you.
It doesn't even matter.
Right? So I know that you're going to be here. And I think somebody else signed up last week for I think it was either Zach or maybe it was Aiden. One of the guys also signed up for the 3-year program. I can't remember who it is. Remember, it's tuition free. It's no tuition. 3 years without tuition. Oh, all right. And Alana asked, how was your weekend? My weekend, you know something? I don't even, oh, my weekend. I think I went, where did I didn't go anywhere. I mean, I can't go anywhere. Where can I go? I can't go anywhere. But I think I made it over to I live right by, I mean, I'm turning my face right now because I'm that direction. I can see the bleachers, the stairs to the athletic field of Northern Secondary School, which is my home away from home. I love doing a workout on the stairs. I think I did a workout on the stairs this weekend. All right, let me go over and make sure everybody is here. If I don't call your name, then just let me know. Aaron, RJ, LBT, Aban, Keanu, Sukena, Kaylin, Nathalia, Juliana, Aiden, Haley, Elana, Zach, Yuan, Kim, Harsh, Darwin, Olamide, Mahima, Nicole, Amanda, Carnisha, Kate, Fiona, Donna, Celine. Did I get everybody? I did get everybody. Hey, Aiden, on camera even. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
I got a new webcam.
The man comes on camera. Good to see you. Thank you for coming on camera today.
Mhm.
How are you?
Hi, good, thanks.
Good.
Yeah, I got a new webcam.
Oh, you got a new webcam. Okay,
Yeah, I didn't
great.
have one before.
Good, that's great. I'm glad you're here. You can take the course all over again starting next week. And you can be on camera for the next 14 weeks.
Does
In
my
fact,
mark stack?
I forgot to let you guys know, anybody who is not on camera this semester has to repeat the course. Did I tell you that? Yeah. So, yeah, well, don't worry, Natalia, and don't worry, Kaylin, and Celine, of course, and Fiona, Aiden, you guys don't have to repeat the course. Oh, now RJ, now all of a sudden people start coming. Oh, now I saw all of a sudden they start seeing faces because nobody wants to repeat the course. So all of a sudden they think that they can just show up now on the last class to show their face. All right, I will make a bargain. If you show your face today, you will not have to repeat the course starting next week. All right. So RJ, you don't have to come back next week. Aaron, well, Aaron, you don't. I've seen your face before. Aiden, you're lucky, man. You're lucky that you're on camera this week, that you don't have to come back next week. All right. So I guess that means that everybody else cannot wait to come back next week, which actually makes me very, very happy. I get to continue the course next week. All right. Last call for anybody who doesn't want to take the course again. I know I'm your favorite professor. I know that. I mean, I hear that. And I guess that's why everybody is not. Oh my God, Juliana, of course. Juliana does not have to take the course again. Awesome, Juliana. ¿Cómo está, señorita? ¿Está bien? And Fiona, of course, Fiona doesn't have to take the course again. Who else? Do we have anybody else? Anybody else who's brave enough? Who, okay, I guess not. All right. I think I got everybody. If there's anybody's name who I missed out, then just let me know. But it looks like I got everybody. All right. So today is our last class. We are going to do a bunch of things. We're going to do our little bit of we're going to go back to where we were, I think, the first week. We're not going to dance. We're not dancing today. We're swimming. Remember we did that swim the very first week? I think it was maybe the second week where we did our swim. So we're going to swim again. So I'm making sure, I'll give you guys a couple minutes if anybody needs to change into their bathing suits. All right. If not, you guys can just make sure that you have a towel, or if your clothes get wet, you know, you can dry them off like that if you want to. But here we go. We're going to swim for a couple minutes. I'm going to pull up. Let me just see. Hold on. Share the sound. And now I got to go to, hold on. I need to get to the right. Where are we? Give me 1 second, guys. I have to get to the right. Here we go. There we go. All right. I want everybody to get up from their chair right now. Even for those people who I can't see, I want everybody up, please.
Sir, I'll do any exercise. Just don't make me dance, please.
I'm not going to make you dance. I'm going to make you swim. I'm going to make you swim. All right, here we go.
Bobby's gonna show you how to do the swim.
Ready? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Let's go. Let's swim.
Kinda like the monkey, kinda like the twist. Pretend you're in the water and you go like this. Now, baby, swim. Baby, do the swim.
4 more. 1, 2,
just like the dog, but not so low. Like the holly gully, but not so slow. Now, baby, swim. Baby, do the swim.
1, 2, 3. Side stroke.
Do what you wanna, do like you wish. Come on, baby, now and swim like a fish. Now, baby, swim. Baby, come on in. Take it up, baby. Twist and shout.
4 more.
I do the swim, baby, now work it on out.
Dog paddle now. Dog paddle.
Baby,
I want to hear you guys bark like a dog.
do what you wanna. It's all right. Bobby's gonna show you how to swim tonight. Now, baby, swim.
Plug it out, everybody. Here we go. Plug it out. All right, let's get back to
Come on, baby. I want you to swim. Oh, yeah, I want you to do the dog paddle, baby. Now do the backstroke.
Oh, backstroke. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 1, 2, 3. Backstroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4 more. 1, 2, 3. Let's get that dog paddle in again. Let me hear you bark like a dog. Bark. All right, ready, go down, ready, plug it out, and down, and down, one more time, plug it out.
Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. I do the swim, baby. Now work it on out.
All right, guys, take a couple minutes to dry off. You guys are probably all wet. All right. Woo. Gonna stop sharing that. Did you guys have fun? Great. All right. So let's get into today's lecture. What are we going to do? Today's lecture is we are going to be learning all about paleo diet. The paleo diet is a very, very popular diet. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do the paleo diet. Then we're going to go into our breakout rooms for the last time. So you guys will have an opportunity to chat amongst yourselves. Then we're going to come all back and we're going to say our goodbyes. All right. So let me pull up today's PowerPoint. Our PowerPoint for the day. Here we go.
Wait, sir. Is it possible is it okay if I hand in mine later today? Because
I'm sorry, I forgot. Hold on, give me 1 second.
No worries.
Aiden wants to know, by the way, if there is a final test. Yes, there is a final test. It's 3:30 now. The final test starts in 10 minutes. So make sure that you have your pencil sharpened. Oh, yes. Oh, no, no, I'm kidding. Don't worry. No, There's no test in 10 minutes, don't worry, but there is a test, all right? The test is going to be next week. Next week is the final test, okay? It's our last class, it's the final, well, this is our last class. You're gonna have a week to write the test, okay?
So the day that we write the test, are we gonna be on live as well in writing the test, or it's just the test?
It's gonna be like the last time,
Oh,
okay? It's gonna be like the last time. I will talk with you about it at the end of our class today, okay? We'll have all kinds of time to talk about it at the end of class. Okay, oh, as far as assignments, yes, please get those assignments in. I'm not going to penalize anybody for being late with assignments. There's still some assignments out from the mindful eating. Most of you did hand in your mindful eating diaries. There are still some that have not. And as far as the Canada Food Guide assignment, I think that's due this week or next week. But anyway, get it into me. Is it due this week?
No, it was due today at 3:20, but I still want to put a little bit more.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Do not worry. You know, there's
Okay.
no, like I said, I'm not taking any marks off if you guys are late. All I do, however, I do need it in by, what is today? Today's Thursday.
27.
I'm going to need it in by next Thursday, okay? Because that is when I have to submit. That's when your final is due by, okay? Your final is due by next week. So you're going to have this week to study for the test, okay? And you'll have a week to study for the test, and you can take it anytime between now and next week.
And one more thing about the assignment. Is it okay if I do it in a PowerPoint version? Or no?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to, however you guys want to do it, however you want to arrange your Canada Food Guide is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. If you want to, you know, if you want to do a PowerPoint, if you want to do a slideshow, if you want to do a movie, if you want to, you know, anything that works for you. If you want to do a dance routine, that's fine. If you want to do it in the swimming pool, that's fine. If you want to charter an airplane and do it inside an airplane, that's fine. If you want to hang glide and do it hang gliding, that's fine. Anything that works for you. I'm all open to creativity here. And Selena's question. Yes.
Yes, I don't know if you can hear me now.
Hold on, I gotta close the door. Sorry?
Yes, it's about the assignment. I'm just wondering, I'm doing also a PowerPoint, but I'm doing like kind of like a menu thing. Like I'm doing like breakfast to dinner, and also I'm putting a dessert.
Oh, that's
So I don't know if
fantastic.
that will be okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
As long as you, that's absolutely fine, Celine. As long as you actually prepare the meals and drop the meals off in my lobby of my apartment building, okay? That's 100% fine, because part of your grade will be on, I have to taste it, obviously. I can't just give you a grade on the menu. I have to know that the food is good, right? So if you leave it in the lobby and just let me know that it's there, I'll pick it up. I'll grade you on the quality of the taste of your meals, okay? How's that? Is that fair?
Very fair.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? If not, let's get started. Okay. So today we are going to be learning all about the paleo diet. And we're also going to be, there's not going to be enough time, but I'm just telling you right now, we are going to be covering how to read a food label. I know that the dietitian, Judy Chodurker, she talked about it, but because she could not leave her PowerPoint with us, because she's not allowed to, according to Loblaw's rules, that's Loblaw's property, she couldn't give us any of those slides. So I gave you a couple of links to read up on how to read a Canadian food nutrition label. All right. And that stuff is going to be covered on the final test also. But we'll talk about the final test in a few minutes. Let's get right into today's lecture. Okay. On the paleo diet. So paleo, what is, I'm curious to know, has anybody heard of the paleo diet before? Anybody ever hear of the paleo diet? It's been around for about 15 years. It's very, very popular. I mean, really, really popular. Juliana has not, Aiden has not. Okay, good. It's been around. If you're in nutrition circles, or if you follow the diet industry, the paleo diet's been around forever. It's like so popular. But the question is it good? Is it healthy? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to close that off. So the paleo diet, what does it even mean? Paleo actually is short for Paleolithic. Now, in the annals of mankind and womankind's history, which goes back millions of years, like literally to the cavemen and cave women, right? We're talking about a period of time that started like almost 3 million years ago and went up until about 12,000 years before the birth of Christ. That whole period is called the Paleolithic diet. And how did people eat during Paleolithic times? Well, obviously they did not have farms. Obviously they did not have Loblaws, or they did not have Sobeys to go to, clearly. What they did was they hunted. They hunted, they had spears, they hunted, they chucked spears at an animal, they killed the animal, they ripped the guts out of the animal, and that's what they ate. They probably roasted it on fire, and that's what they ate. They were called hunter-gatherers. And that is what the modern day paleo diet, paleo short for Paleolithic, that's what it is. That's where the roots of the current paleo diet comes from the hunter-gatherer concept. So what did people in those prehistoric times do? Like I was saying before, they ran out and they chased animals, okay? And so they didn't have farms, they didn't have milk, they didn't have dairy, they didn't milk cows, they didn't make cheese, they didn't grow crops, so they didn't grow wheat, they didn't grow barley, they didn't grow oats or anything like that because there was no farming. All they did was chase animals and rip out their guts and eat their guts. And they would eat berries. They would pick berries from, bushes, or if there was fruit growing on trees, they would pick the fruit and eat fruit from trees. That's basically what today's paleo diet is like. I got a question right here. So paleo diet consists of only eating food you yourself hunt. Yes, in fact, for those of you who are actually on my 3-year program, we are actually going to go on a paleo hunt. I actually got permission. So far, Celine is the only person who has signed up for the paleo hunt, but it is an all expenses paid vacation, in fact, and we're going to. Oh, I'm just letting somebody in. We are going to Paleoland. Did any of you know there's a country called Paleoland, and it is like 10,000 miles from here. It's a small island in the middle of the Paleo Sea, and so we are going to be going to Paleoland as part of our 3-year class. And we will be doing a paleo hunt. It's another way that I'm hoping that I will encourage you guys to sign up for the 3-year course. Do I have any takers? If we are hunting, it's not on vacation. Cornisha, it's only not a vacation if you're being hunted. If you're being hunted, it's not a vacation because somebody's going to hunt you down. That's not a vacation. But if we are hunting, it is a vacation. You just don't want to be hunted. I mean, you don't want to be hunted because that means that you don't come back. And that's not a fun way to spend your vacation. All right, so let's see. Who so far has signed up for the 3-year course and the free, all expenses paid paleo hunt to Paleoland? We've got Aaron who has just signed up. Oh my gosh, Aaron, that's awesome. RJ has also, I see RJ has just signed up for it also. And Kaylin just put her name down. That's great, guys. Thank you. That's awesome. So we've got 4 people going on our paleo hunt. Awesome, guys. Great. Oh, Mahima, we got 5 people coming. Awesome, guys. That's great. Oh my goodness, I knew it. I knew if I could entice you guys with a paleo, all expenses paid trip to Paleo Land, you would take the 3-year course. I feel so good now. I really, because it was going to be really hard for me to say goodbye to you guys today. So now I don't have to do it for another 3 years. Woo! All right. Do you think we're going to learn it all today? I hope so. Otherwise, I don't get paid. All right. That's what the paleo diet is really all about. Today's paleo diet is really all about eating like the way that paleo man and paleo women did thousands of years ago. So what does that mean? It basically means eating meat. It means eating vegetables and fruit. And it means eating whatever the kinds of ways that people back then ate. So what does it not mean? It means that we do not eat grains. It means that people who follow the paleo diet also don't eat dairy, right? Because back then there were no farms, so they didn't raise cattle, so they didn't milk cows, right? So that's basically what the modern paleo diet is. Let's look at it actually. There we go. Oh, sorry. Let's look at it in a little bit more detail. So this is what you eat on the paleo diet: grass-fed meats, grass-fed beef, pork, lamb, chicken, any of that stuff. Now, actually, the truth of the matter is eating grass-fed, whether it's grass-fed meat like beef or grass-fed poultry, it actually is healthier for you than eating conventionally raised beef or conventionally raised chickens or turkeys. Why is that? Conventionally raised chickens and beef and cattle and turkeys and you know, ducks and pigs and everything like that, they're fed grain, right? They're fed corn and soy, and the nutrient composition of corn and soybeans and other grains is not as good as the nutritional profile from eating pasture, grass, really, and the insects that are inside the grass, okay? Because what happens is when beef, turkey, pork, pigs, when any animal that is raised for human consumption, when they eat grass, what benefits there are is the animals themselves become less fat, right? So there's less fat in the grass than there is in the grains. So that means if the animals become less fat, we will eat less fat from the animals that have been fed grass. The other thing is also is animals that feed in the pasture or in the field, as opposed to in a barn where it's set up with all kinds of stalls for them to eat grain. When animals are set out into the pasture to eat grass, they develop a larger store of omega-3 fatty acids. And we learned about that, fatty omega-3s. Well, we learned about it last week with Dr. Latouche, and we learned about it before. Omega-3s is one of the most important nutrients that we can have in our body. And so grass-fed animals have higher rates, concentrations of omega-3s. So it makes, and if we eat that, that means that we have a higher consumption of omega-3s also. So from an animal consumption perspective, the paleo diet is actually quite good, and it actually makes quite sense in that they prefer that you eat grass-fed poultry, grass-fed cattle, grass-fed ducks, geese, whatever, over conventionally raised animals. Okay. Wild caught seafood is the same. So again, seafood back in the day, millions of years ago, hunter-gatherers would have gone down to the river. They would have caught salmon. They would have caught other kinds of fish with their hands or with a net. So that, according to the paleo diet, is good. Nuts and seeds, back in the day, hunter-gatherers would pick up nuts and seeds from the ground or from low-hanging bushes. and vegetables, whatever vegetables were back then in the day, again, either through fruit, either through growing wild in nature, would be okay. What do you not eat? Again, on the paleo diet, you don't eat grains like we talked about. There was no farming back then. You don't eat dairy, you don't eat sugar. Now, interestingly enough, you also don't eat some things that are really actually good. Actually, all this stuff is good for you. Even the stuff that you are not supposed to eat on the paleo diet actually is good stuff for you. We'll get into the pros and cons of the paleo diet in a few minutes. But one of the things that you can't eat or are not supposed to eat are legumes like beans or chickpeas, or lentils. All right, and that's really good stuff to eat. But apparently, according to whoever came up with the paleo diet, apparently they believed that people from millions of years ago or thousands of years ago did not eat legumes, and they did not eat potatoes, and they did not eat tubers. Tubers are potatoes. Not quite sure about that. We're going to be talking about that in a little bit as well. Pros and cons. There you go. All right. So again, like that takes me right into this next question. How accurate are these assumptions? We're assuming that thousands of years ago, men and women did not eat potatoes. Or we're also assuming that thousands of years ago, men and women did not eat grains. Well, how accurate is that? It's not so simple just to say, well, all they did was hunted and gathered food. The actual archaeological research has shown that even as far back as 30,000 years ago, there were wild grains in people's diets. So again, it's an assumption that there were no such thing as grains back in the Paleolithic day. Another thing is, again, let's go on to the issue with legumes. So a 2009, oh, we got a comment here. Celine says, didn't that affect their health by not having enough carbs? It's a good question, Celine. So here's the thing. We all know what evolution is, right? Evolution means the changing of the transition of our lives. Evolution is a big factor when it comes to our diets and when it comes to our lifestyle. So thousands and thousands of years ago, it may not have affected their lives if they didn't eat carbs, because maybe the way that genetically cavemen or prehistoric men and prehistoric women, maybe their genetic component was different than the genetic component that we have today. So maybe thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, maybe it didn't matter if they had carbs. So they were able to eat whatever they were eating without any trouble. And rather they were able to eat what they needed to eat, and the absence of carbs didn't affect their health. Whereas today we do know that there's definitely significant benefit in eating carbs. So that's one of the reasons why the paleo diet, in terms of understanding its origin, is very weak. We just can't assume that the way that men and women were, like a million years ago, is the same way that we are today. Our genetic component is different today than it was. Yeah, exactly, like the appendix. Very much so. Maybe once upon a time, the appendix served a purpose, right? Today, we know that the appendix really doesn't have a purpose like it may have had tens or hundreds of thousands of years ago. Okay, hope that answers that question. So let's get back to this whole assumption, again, an assumption that legumes were not part of the Paleolithic diet. Well, a 2009 review showed that Paleolithic people actually did eat legumes. So legumes have been found at Paleolithic sites all over the world. And so for those people who are steadfast Paleolithic advocates who say, no, you cannot have legumes because it was not eaten, 100,000 years ago, well, it's just not true. So for those kind of people, I would say, the Paleolithic diet is not going to be your best diet if you're so convinced that there are some foods that your ancestors never ate. Go on to the next slide because we've got more of that on the next slide. Anti-grain. So let's go back to the whole issue of anti-grain. A lot of people say that, okay, a lot of advocates for the paleo diet will say, okay, well, even if it's true that there may have been some ancient grains, 100,000 years ago, the truth of the matter is advocates of the paleo diet will still say, yeah, but grains are not good for you. Even if they were eaten 1 million years ago, they're still not good for you because grains cause inflammation. Well, you know what? Grains may cause inflammation in the smallest percentage of people. Everybody has heard of gluten-free food, right? And I know that Dr. Latouche was talking about that last week, right? He was talking about gluten-free diets and everything like that. And even if you recall, Judy Chaldecker, the dietitian, she was also talking about gluten-free and how we're going through this gluten-free frenzy, right? How many people actually need to be eating gluten-free? You know what? Maybe about 1% of the population, because 1% of the population is affected by the gluten in carbs, in starches, that can cause inflammation. So for people who are highly gluten sensitive, which you can get from a test, those are the kind of people who definitely should not be eating carbs. But what about the 99% of the rest of the population? They're fine for the most part. They absolutely should be eating carbs, right? So even those advocates of paleo eating who say grains cause inflammation, if you happen to be of that 1% of the population for whom grains actually does cause inflammation, that makes sense, but not for 99% of the rest of the world. Okay, because we know that there's so many benefits of legumes and whole grains. And we talked about that many weeks ago. For example, improved blood lipid or blood fat, meaning that there's less fat in your blood. Better glucose control, which means that there's less sugar in your blood, which means less risk of diabetes, less inflammation, lower risk of stroke and heart disease. All the benefits of eating the legumes and eating the grains that you're told not to eat on the paleo diet. Some people today, some advocates of paleo today, now that more and more information is becoming now that more information is telling us that actually, having a very diverse diet and eating a whole variety of foods is really the best way to go. Even now, some paleo advocates are even allowing some dairy, as long as the dairy comes from cows that have been pasture raised, that have been grass fed for the reasons that I just explained to you, because those cows that produce that milk or cheese or whatever that are fed grass out in the pasture will have less fat in them and higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids. But it's interesting, and starches. You have even some paleo people today are saying it's okay to eat potatoes, it's okay to eat squash and tubers. So there's still a lot of hardcore paleo people who hold to this, if it wasn't eaten 1 million years ago, I'm not going to eat it now. But more and more people who are sticking to paleo diets are being more flexible with what they eat on the paleo diet. What does that mean? It really reinforces what I have been saying all along, all semester, that you should never deprive yourself of anything, right? As long as you're really sensible about it. What have I been saying all semester long? Yeah, you don't want to eat a package of Twizzlers for breakfast. And yes, you don't want to eat a box of Reese's peanut butter cups for lunch and have dinner with a pint or 2 pints of Ben and Jerry, clearly, right? But treating yourself every so often as a reward for eating well all week by splurging on a Ben and Jerry's sundae or on a meal at Popeyes. Okay, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's a time and place for every kind of food, as long as it's actually not harming you. That's what I truly, truly believe. And now even more paleo people are believing it. So what does the research actually say? And I'm just sorry, I just got to check the time to make sure we are, we might be running a tiny bit late. Are you guys able to stay a little bit later? Don't worry, I'm not going to keep it till 11 o'clock like last week. But if you guys are able to, if anybody is able to stay a few minutes, like 5 minutes late, 5 minutes extra, that would be great. If you can, if anybody can, I totally get it. I absolutely get it. But I would like to be able to finish this off and maybe even get some time for breakout rooms. Okay, so what does the research say about paleo diets? Well, basically it says actually kind of good things about it. It says that if you do go on the paleo diet, there are short-term benefits. You will lose weight, right? Because you just aren't eating as many carbs, right? You will have a thinner waist. There will be a lower BMI, body mass index level. You will have a lower blood pressure, an improved cholesterol level also. Problem is with the studies that have been done, they've been short-term studies. So there haven't been any really long-term studies that have shown the benefits of eating a paleo diet. But let's go on to the next slide. But there are still good things about the paleo diet. It's not all bad, right? Because some of the good things are, it's all about eating whole foods. It's very much like the Mediterranean diet and like the Canada Food Guide diet that we talked about, because the emphasis, just like those other two diets, is on eating whole foods, non-processed foods, non-junk foods, right? Lean proteins, lots and lots of vegetables, lots of fruit, nuts, seeds, healthy fats like olive oil, avocados, coconut, things like that. It just showed you over here that the paleo diet has shown to reduce chronic illnesses and chronic conditions in people. So that's a positive thing. And it really has shown us that, for the most part, that a processed food diet is not the way to go, but a whole foods diet is the way to go. But that said, like we were just talking about, there are drawbacks to the paleo diet. One of the drawbacks is, of course, that a classic paleo, meaning hardcore paleo, they won't eat legumes, they won't eat grains, and they won't eat dairy. And we know that there are benefits. There are many benefits, as we just pointed out, to eating legumes and to eating grains and to eating dairy. Also, for the vitamin D that we get from eating dairy products, and the importance of vitamin D for building strong bones and strong teeth. Okay, so putting it into perspective, again, goes back to what I was saying. The reason that paleo people are now becoming more and more liberal with what they will choose to eat is because they realize that if you say some foods are really good and some foods are really bad, what you're setting up is it's kind of like a holier than thou system where, well, I eat only these foods, so I am better than those people who don't eat those foods. Well, that's not true, because we just talked about the importance of eating a wide variety of foods, all right? And it's also restrictive. If you decide completely to eliminate carbs from your diet, you really are robbing your body of so many things that are important, mainly insoluble fiber and soluble fiber, which we talked about in probably, I think, week 3 or 4, right? So if there's anything, I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when we were going through the keto diet. US News and World Report, I showed you, they do a ranking of all the best diets for 2021. I'm going to stop sharing this. I'm going to share a new screen with you as long as I hope it's going to take a little bit of time. So while this is loading, for your interest, guys, here are 3 links for you to visit. On the website of US News and World Report, it's a magazine in the United States. It's an excellent magazine. In 2021, they rated like the top 35 diets, and the paleo diet was amongst those diets. Now, not surprisingly, the paleo diet came down pretty low. I think it was rated 30 out of 35. And that is because, according to classic hardcore paleo, grains and legumes and dairy are not part of it, which, as we just talked about, is really important. If you compare that to the Mediterranean diet, you can open up this link right here on the US News and World Report website, and you'll see that the Mediterranean diet, I'm going to pull that up actually right now. So I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to go back to, give me one sec. Okay, so here we go. Can you see this? Can you all see this? The paleo diet was rated,
Yeah.
can you see it?
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
rated 31 out of 35 amongst all the best diets that were reviewed. Okay, so it'd be really interesting to read. So let me close that off right there. And
So what is the best diet then?
the best diet, the best overall is, let's go boom, 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 boom. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly what the rankings are. Here we go. Best. Oh, see, you can, this is a great website because it lists all the diets in different categories. Best overall diet, Mediterranean diet, the one that we talked about that the Canada Food Guide is based on. The Canada Food Guide is based on the Mediterranean diet, which we talked about a few weeks ago. It is the #1 best diet overall, all right? That's the diet we should all be following. Remember, that's the one that focuses on, again, whole grains, filling half your plate up with fruits and vegetables, a quarter of your plate with whole grains, a quarter of your plate with good lean proteins. Here's everything that you want to read about it. It's right here. Okay. Okay. Let's stop sharing that. And ooh, sorry about that. Okay, I think that is our PowerPoint for today. It is 4:07. We still have time for breakouts. All right, so we're going to break out. Oh, Nicole's there. Hi, Nicole. How are you? And RJ is just having a glass of his grass-fed milk. Show us that grass-fed milk. Yes, see, it says grass-fed on it. Oh, it says grass-fed water. Now, is that the most amazing thing? Grass-fed water. Now, if you can, I'm going to tell you something. If somebody wants to make money, we are such a gullible consumer culture. If somebody actually went ahead and created grass-fed water and knew how to market it properly, I'm telling you it would sell. People are so gullible. People are just like, if they think it's healthy for you, they will buy it without actually even thinking. That doesn't even make sense, grass-fed water, right? I mean, it just doesn't even make sense. Yet I'm telling you, there will be a market. If you want to make money, go and bottle grass-fed water. I'm telling you, you will make money doing that. All right, RJ, make money. Go ahead, bottle grass-fed water. You'll come back and you go, you know, he was right after all. He was right. I'm going to donate half of all my profits to Lauren for telling me to do that. Thank you, RJ. I appreciate that. On my salary, I need it. We got a question from Celine. Oh wait, we got a question before that from Angeli. Oh, one from Fiona. We got Fiona's already following that diet. That's great. I was wondering, Angeli asked, what percentage of milk is the healthiest to drink, or what do you recommend? Well, that's a great question, Angeli. And so let's go back to what we were talking about a few weeks ago about saturated fat, right? We know that we should keep saturated fat to a minimum, right? And the higher the percentage of milk fat in milk means the higher the saturated fat. So for example, if you have 2% milk, you're going to have more saturated fat in the 2% milk than you would in the 1% milk. Now, what does that mean? That means that you should never drink 2% milk again? No, it doesn't mean that. But you don't always want to be using 2% milk for your beverage. 1% milk, skim milk, obviously skim milk has the least amount of saturated fat. But I personally, as far as what I go, I'll either drink skim milk or 1%. Again, to keep the amount of saturated fat in my body low, right? I hope that answers the question. Do we have, okay, great. How can you explain why people don't buy plant-based meat? Okay, Celine, do you mean like, are you talking about like the Beyond Beef and that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I
the
mean.
reason why people don't buy it is because it's expensive. I think for one reason, it's quite expensive relative to buying, ground beef, lean ground beef, especially if it's on sale. And let's say you got a family and you don't have a lot of money, it's a heck of a lot cheaper to buy lean ground beef than it is to buy Beyond Beef or Impossible. What do they call it? The Impossible meat or something like that. So that's, I think it really basically comes down to costs and to price. Let me see if we got any other questions. No other questions? Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to break everybody up into breakout rooms. And what is the topic? The topic is you're going to review what changes have you made through this course, in this course, that you think you will be able to carry beyond this course. Meaning, from today onwards, are there things that you have learned in this course that are giving you the practical tools and the practical skills, the confidence and the knowledge to be able to apply some of the things that we learned from the last 3 months moving forward? And if so, what do you think those things are, and how do you think they will benefit you? Okay, we'll do 10 minutes. Okay, I'll break you guys out into 10 minutes. Is that okay? You guys good? All right.
Oh, sorry, what are we discussing again?
Okay, so what you're going to discuss is you're going to look back at the semester. You're going to look back at some of the things that you learned, some of the things that you applied in terms of your assignments. And you're going to talk about what things specifically you feel this course has given you that you will be able to continue doing after the course is over. Are there things that you learned about diet, about nutrition, about healthy eating that you feel confident enough that you can do even if you're not coming to class every week, right? What are the things, if there are things that you feel confident that you can start doing now because of this course that you might not have done before this course actually started? Okay, I'm going to break you guys all. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, we have 27 people. We're going to break out into groups of 4. No, we'll do it into groups of 3. All right, because 3 into 27 goes 9 times, so I'm going to create 9 rooms. All right, so I'd like all of you, if all of you could please stay in your rooms until it's not going to be long today. It's only going to be 10 minutes, and have fun.
Sir, we're supposed to come back to the
Yeah, you're going to come back. Everybody's coming back. Are you guys okay? Sukena? And Aban. Abani there? Sukena, what happened to you guys? Hey, everybody. Oh, we've got some people who are still chatting. That's great. Huh. Wonderful. Okay, so for those of you who are back, let's see, is everybody back? Almost everybody is back. They're going to be forced to come back in 5, 4, 3, 2, bye-bye. Open up the rooms. Everybody's here. Terrific. Okay, good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you guys had a nice opportunity to chat amongst each other again. I really wanted to make time for that because I'm so sorry I didn't do these earlier in the semester. You know, hey, listen, we got 3 more years together, so it really doesn't matter. In all seriousness, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. I really looked forward for my Thursdays, to my Thursday afternoons. They were just so much fun, and I had a blast with you guys. We learned a lot, we laughed a lot. I made a goof of myself a lot, but I really had fun with you guys, and I will miss you. And that's nice. Thank you, Kaylin. And so as far as the final will be very similar to the midterm. In fact, it is the midterm. I decided, you know what, I'm not even going to write a final test. I'm too tired. I'm too bored. I'm going to give you the midterm again. So if you did okay in the midterm, you know what, in fact, you know what, I'm going to give you your midterm grade for the final. All right, that way you don't even have to study for the final test. Whatever you got on the midterm, you'll get on the final. No, don't worry. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Bad. You do have to take a final test, and that final test will be this week. And it will be just like the midterm in terms of the structure. Just lots of multiple choice questions, a few short answer questions, maybe a couple multiple choice questions, true false questions. And that's really it. I'm going to hang out here for a few minutes in case anybody has questions. Thank you very much, Juliana. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Yuan. Thank you so much for that kind word. And I will, like I said, I'm going to hang out here for a few minutes in case anybody has final questions that they want to ask. I did post, I'm doing the best I can about posting YouTube, Zooms. Blackboard has now has a new policy where I can't actually attach the Zoom recording to Blackboard. They've changed it. So now I've had to convert everything to YouTube. So I've already posted one YouTube from the week that we started the Canada Food Guide. As far as the keto diet, I'm in the process of trying to get that back onto YouTube. I've been having trouble with that. I do have the YouTube from the YouTube from last week, in which Dr. Latouche put his presentation together, so I can post that. And hopefully I won't have too much trouble with today's presentation. Okay. All right. All right, guys, all the best to everybody. I wish you guys, I know how hard it's been. It's been so hard for all of us this year. I mean, it's just been indescribably difficult for so many of us, between having to study at home and missing our friends and missing our sports and all of our activities and everything like that. But listen, I'm just curious, anybody vaccinated? Anybody get their vaccine? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Some of you guys have gotten vaccinated. Mahima, Kate, Juliana, oh my gosh, Dana, oh, that is absolutely fantastic. I'm thrilled to hear that some of you won. You're getting yours this week. Natalia, you got yours. Oh, that is fantastic. I'm so glad so many of you are partially vaccinated. And that is just the beginning. That is just the very, very beginning, the beginning of opening up our lives again. So you'll get your second vaccine pretty soon, by the end of the summer, not by the end of, but my hope is that by midsummer, you guys will have a summer and you'll be able to get back to your friends, back to your sports, back to your activities, and back to life. And I just want to wish each and every one of you just mountains and mountains of success. I'm so inspired, truly am inspired and impressed by all of you, each and every one of you. I'm just so impressed by your dedication to healthy living, your interest in learning, your passion for education, you know, your maturity, your thoughtfulness, your kind words, all of that really made a difference in my Thursday afternoons. And so I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a great class. And even though we only met online, believe it or not, you all have affected me in a very profound way. Even though we never met in person, I still feel like I know you. And I leave you with just my very best wishes for success for all of you. And I will miss you all. I'll miss this class, but I have your memories, and I have the memories of some many smiles from all of you. And I just want to wish each of you very good things. Okay? Okay. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Oh, sure.
Bye. Oh, also,
Bye-bye.
do we are we gonna do a Zoom meet next week class, or do we just do the test?
No, you just do the test. You have a week to do the test.
So this is final?
What's that?
So this is our final class, this is it?
No, if you signed up for the 3-year program, it's not. But if you have not signed up for the 3-year program, yeah. Unless you want to take the course again. I start teaching, by the way, if anybody wants, I start teaching the next course in 10 minutes. If anybody wants to stick around, I start the new course in 10 minutes.
I have a question. At Seneca, do you teach nutrition too, to become a nutritionist?
I don't teach an actual nutrition course. But if you're interested in learning about nutrition at Seneca, Fiona, I can send you information about that.
Yes, please. Thank you for inspiring me. This class, I enjoyed it so much that I'm considering to pursue it as a career path, and I really love it. So thank you.
Well, just make sure you don't, I would love it for you to pursue a career in this field. Just make sure you don't copy my bad jokes. That's the only thing, okay?
I already did that. I already have a book with them. I don't.
Oh my goodness! Oh no! Oh my goodness!
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. But I will send all that I will send that information to you. Okay.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Actually, you are most welcome. You are very welcome to all of you, to everybody who's hanging around here still, to Dana. And to Olamides, to Kena and Harsh and Aiden and Celine and Kaylin, Nicole and Kim and Fiona, Kiwun and Angeli, Dana, Juliana, Cornisha, Mahima, Alana, Aban, and me. Thank you all again. I will miss you guys. I think it was Shakespeare who said parting is such sweet sorrow. And it definitely is. I definitely kind of feel that parting in this case is a sweet sorrow, because I think you're a great group of students. And can I tell you something also? It's your maturity that I am most inspired by. The fact that you've worked so hard this year under such really difficult circumstances. I mean, really hard. I mean, it's taken a toll on our mental health, on our physical health. Some of us, and I know me for sure, it's definitely taken a toll on my mental health. There's no question. But I can say that, classes like this have really boosted my mood. When I know that I've got Thursday afternoons coming up, it does boost my mood. And I think that says something a lot about each and every one of you, that each and every one of you together combined had that kind of impact on me and my mood and my happiness. And that says a lot about each and every one of you. It really does. It says a lot about your maturity. It says a lot about how much you care about knowledge and how much you care about education. And that's why I truly think that each and every one of you is really going to succeed in life in whatever career direction you have, because you have a thirst for knowledge. And when you have a thirst for knowledge, that can take you everywhere, because knowledge is freedom and knowledge is power. And we need powerful people in the world. And there's one way to become powerful. I'm not talking about through this. I'm not talking about through coercion. I'm talking about through knowledge. And each and every one of you has that power of inside of them to really change the world. I know it sounds so hokey. You probably hear that from your principal and your guidance counselor and whatever, you know, about you changing the world, but I truly, truly believe that each and every one of you has the potential to change the world. Maybe not the entire world, you know, and maybe not an entire country, but maybe so. And even if not, if you change one person's life by what you do in your future, then you've changed another person's life for the better, right? And that's as far as I'm concerned, that's what's important. How we affect other people, how we can make a difference in other people's lives, even if it's only one person, right? And each and every one of you, I truly believe, have the not just the knowledge, because you love knowledge, but you also have the personalities. You have that sense of goodness in each and every one of you. I sense that. I mean, I really do. I sense that just from the way that you interact with me, to the kindness that you show me, to the nice ways that you introduce yourselves every week to me. You all have the skills to really make differences in the world. And I know that it sounds like, yeah, somebody just wrote in there, it sounds like graduation. And I know I'm sounding kind of like, you know, the principal of your school telling you something. And I know it sounds kind of contrived, but I really do mean it. You know, these are not just canned words. You know, even though we've only been together for 3 months, you know, you can learn a lot about somebody in 3 months. And I feel that I know enough about each and every one of you to know that each and every one of you will succeed, and each and every one of you will do well. And here's the other thing. I also truly believe that each and every one of you have the capacity to become a leader in whatever field that you choose to go into. And that's, again, a function of how you've impressed me with your maturity, with your passion for knowledge, with all the questions that you ask. That's what a leader is. A leader is somebody who shows maturity, who shows conviction, who shows passion, and who shows empathy. And you've done all of that. At least I've seen all of that. You definitely have a passion for knowledge. You definitely have a sense of conviction about what you like and about what your studies are. And also, I really believe that each and every one of you has that capacity for compassion and empathy. And I see that just in the way that you always welcome me, in the way that you greet me. And that, you know, sometimes the smallest little thing can make the biggest difference. Just a hi, professor, or hi, sir, how are you? Nice to see you. I mean, little things like that can make such a big difference in someone's life. And that's empathy. Empathy is being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes and make their day better. And that's why I truly believe, and that is a hallmark of leadership, as far as I'm concerned. And that's why I think that all of you have inside of you the skills to become good leaders in whatever field that you want to. And that's something that really can't be taught. I mean, that's something that you learn from your family, you learn from your role models. It's not something you can take in a course. You can take leadership courses, and you can be told, you know, what makes a good leader. But if those skills aren't in you innately, if they aren't inherently part of who you are, you can't be taught how to be a leader. But I truly feel that each and every one of you do have those skills in you, and you've proven them to me. Look at your assignments. Your assignments are great. I mean, they were just so good. I mean, how could I not give everybody, like literally, y'all got 10 out of 10 on your assignments because they were that good, because you were that honest with your writing. You were that reflective. You were that engaged in the assignments, right? Your level of detail, the degree of openness that you shared yourself with, all of those are skills that really make a leader. Honesty, integrity, openness, transparency, all those skills. Maybe you don't appreciate that because you all are teenagers, but I'm telling you, I'm absolutely telling you, the fact that you have those skills at such a young age, that you've mastered these skills, these are skills that are going to last you a lifetime. They just don't go away. I mean, they just simply don't go away. If you've developed the capacity for compassion for other people and empathy, maturity, thoughtfulness, all those skills that I clearly see you have, if you've developed them at this young age, they don't go away. I'm telling you, certain things fade in life. There's no question about that. Looks, your looks fade, your body fades, certain things fade, right? Physical stuff fade, you know, but your emotional stuff, they don't fade. And what you have right now, what you've developed inside of you today, or I don't mean today, but in your life right now, all those skills that I just told you about, all those qualities, your intelligence, your thoughtfulness, your passion for learning, your integrity, your maturity, those will stay with you for a lifetime. Mark my words, they will stay with you for a lifetime. And that's why I know all of you will do well. And that's why all of you, I believe, really do have that capacity to be a leader. I really do. Okay. So it's quite late. It's 4:40. I'm still around here in case anybody has questions, but I'm truly touched that all of you decided to stay here for a few extra minutes just to listen and talk or listen rather. And really, truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I mean, you touched me very, very deeply, and I will be thinking of you. I will definitely be thinking of you. That's why I love teaching, right? Because I don't think there's any other profession where you can make such a difference in someone's life and they can make a difference in yours. So that's the thing about teaching. We often think that it's all a one-way street. That teachers hope that they make a good impression with the students and that they leave something with the students that lasts with the students. But what we don't pay enough attention to is what I as a teacher learned from you. And I mean that. All of you taught me, all of you teach me, all of my students teach me. It's not just me teaching you guys, it's what you teach me. And that's, I go back to what I was just saying earlier. What you taught me is the love that you bring to knowledge and to learning, to education, to life. And that inspires me. It just inspires me. It just makes me want to be a better teacher. And that's why, I'm just very, very deeply touched and grateful that all of you came into my class and came back each week and are who you are. You guys are all very, very special people. And I really mean that. Okay.
Thank
All right.
you, sir.
You're very, very welcome. I am very blessed. Oh, that's nice. That's very much. Thank you, Olamide. That's very nice of you to say. And Darwin, thank you. Wow, I'm very flattered. Thank you. Thank you,
I
Nicole.
hope I can meet you one day.
What's that?
I hope we can meet in person one day.
Say that one more time. I didn't hear you. I couldn't hear you louder.
Oh, I hope I can see you one day. Like in
Oh,
person.
okay. Oh, that would be nice. I will maybe one day I'll sign up for your class. That's what I'll do. I'm going to sign up for your class one day, Celine. Thank you. Thank you, Angeli. Thank you, Juliana. That's wonderful. Bye-bye, Nicole. Bye-bye. Bye, Celine. Goodbye, everybody.
I want to ask, do we have until next Thursday to finish the test, or is it starts next Thursday?
No. I believe that you have a week from today.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Aiden. All the best
Okay,
to you.
thank you. Bye. Have a good.
Okay. Bye-bye, Cornisha.
Bye, sir.
Bye,
Thank you.
Fiona. Be well. All the best to you. Good luck.
To you too. We will never forget you. We will talk. Like, I will see you in person one day because I'm coming to Seneca.
Oh, good. Awesome. That's fantastic.
I'm coming to Seneca.
Okay, that's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I may
Bye-bye.
see you too
Bye,
if I
Fiona.
pass chemistry.
What's that? Aiden,
Oh,
what
I
was
said
that?
I'll see you too if I pass chemistry.
How is school going for you, Aiden?
I think pretty good. It was like only the final test in chemistry, and I have an 80, so unless I bomb the test, then I should pass. Because I need a 70 to get into Seneca.
Oh,
Actually, wait,
okay.
I'm gonna be the King campus, so that's very far away.
Yeah, what are you going to study?
I'm trying to take practical nursing.
Good for you. My goodness. Aiden, that's awesome.
Hey,
That's
thanks.
fantastic. I am
Hey.
so impressed.
Cool, thank you.
Wow, Aiden, I had no idea. That is truly impressive. Oh my gosh. Aban, thank you. Goodbye, Aban, and goodbye, Aiden. Don't go just yet. Aiden, don't go just yet.
Okay.
I didn't see that was you. I just wanted to say goodbye to a couple of people, unless I hope I didn't miss them. And Dana, thank you so much, Dana. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Nathalia has been very, very nice. And Aban, thank you. And Aiden, yeah, that's absolutely fantastic.
Mhm.
I'm totally impressed that you want to go into practical nursing. You're going to have a great career.
Oh, thanks. Hopefully, yeah.
You will have an amazing career. You will always have work. You will be paid well. You will be
Mhm.
respected. You will have meaningful work. You'll be doing incredible, holy work for people,
Mhm.
and you will find reward and meaning, and you will change people's lives. You will absolutely change people's lives, Aiden. I'm telling you right now, you are going to make a difference in people's lives every single day.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Mhm.
You will.
Also,
Mark
yeah,
my
the
words. Every
only
single day, you're
downs-
going to make someone. Every single day, you're going to make somebody smile.
Mhm.
Every
Thanks.
single day, you're going to go home from your job knowing that you did something very special for somebody. Even if it's something as simple as holding someone's hand.
Mhm.
Even if it's something as simple as giving somebody a smile. Even if it's something as simple as saying, "How are you today?" They are going to feel a difference because of what you did as a nurse.
Mhm. Yeah, thanks. Only downside will be it's like a 2-hour commute there and back.
Yeah, I hear you.
Mhm.
Aren't there dorms up there? Are there
There are, but they're
residents?
pretty expensive though, right?
Oh,
And also,
okay.
I'd like a place of my own. So right now, I share with my brother because I want my siblings to be able to visit.
Oh, got it. I hear you. No, I understand. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. All right. Listen, Aiden, I wish you the very, very best. I really, really do. I'm so impressed by you. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, thank you so much. The class was very fun too.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. All the best. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And Harsh and Dana and Aban, if you're still there, I just wanted to thank you all.
Thank you. It was a really nice class.
I'm glad. Dana, I enjoyed your food diary and all those pictures of the Mexican food.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That is really, really, the food looks delicious. Mexican food is really yummy. I love Mexican food.
Me too.
How long have you been in Canada?
2 years and a half.
2.5 years?
Yep.
Okay. How do you like it?
It's cold.
It is cold. It's
No, I
definitely
like-
cold.
I like it.
Good.
I
Okay.
really
What are you
like
going to do next year?
Nursing.
You're going to go into nursing too?
Yep.
Oh, very good. Where are you going to study?
Seneca or
You're going to be at Seneca up also. You're going to also be up at King.
Yep.
Good for you. That's fantastic. You're going to, like I was saying to Aiden, you're going to make a difference every day in someone's life. Remember what I was just saying a few minutes ago about changing the world? You are going to change the world, Dana. You're going to change someone's world every day. You are going to change someone's world.
That's the goal.
You will. Mark my words. You're going to change one person's world every single day by being a nurse. I'm very proud of you too.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And Harsh and Aban, I'm very happy that both of you were in my class as well. And Aban, thank you. I'm sorry I was late getting those grades in, but I will get that in. And if you guys, either of you have any other questions, I'm here to answer them.
I'm gonna leave now. Thank you so much.
Okay, de nada, señorita.
Gracias. Nos vemos.
Sí, nos vemos.
Bye.
Bye bye, ciao. Aban, Harsh. You guys there? Maybe you're not.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Harsh.
I want to talk to you one-on-one.
What's that, Harsh?
I wanted to talk to you one-on-one.
Sure.
Oh.
Okay, sure. Let me just, Aban, are you there? Aban, are you there? Hi, Aban. Okay, Aban, you're not there, are you? Okay. Harsh, you know what it'll do? Can I send a Zoom link to you via email, and then you and I can talk one-on-one?
Sure.
Okay, what is your email address, Harsh?
668
668.
560.
That's your email address?
It's like on my school email address.
Okay, 668-560, okay.
At pdsv.net.
TDSB dot,
No, it's PDSV.
oh, I'm sorry, Peel District School Board. I thought you said T. PDSB.com?
.net.
.net. 668-560 at P like Peel DSB.net. Okay. I am going to send you a link right now, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. No problem at all.